I am Crystal M. Harris. I am the creator, the writer, director, and I guess I star in the new Jim Crow Majority Rules.
The thing that came about producing this project was the ability to create stories that matter. And it was such a great experience to put together a team that create a body of work that pushes and urges for change. I think the struggle that we all had while filming the show, even down to producing, was just an emotional tug. We were recreating the horrors that we see daily, as well as some of us have experienced personally. Once we committed that we were going to do this, there was no turning away.
When I first got to law school, I thought the criminal justice system was pretty good, if not one of the best in the world, as far as the United States system is concerned. I quickly learned in my time at the California Innocence Project as a student that our system has a lot of flaws.
One thing I learned very early on is that it's about who can tell the most compelling story. And so this is just talking about in terms of litigating a case. It's never really about the truth. And that always bothered me. As an actor, our job is to tell the truth.
When we were shooting the new Jim Crow Majority Rules, my favorite part of this was the protest. And it's because everything you can think of that can go wrong, as a liability, as a producer, I'm just like, I can't have these people out in the rain. But everyone was pulling me to the side and it's just like, look, Asia, we are committed to the story. We're ready to do this. We cannot, let this not be in the film.
Facing a situation and thinking about truly what the new Jim Crow means is, to me, it's just a reminder of where we are and where people seem to think that we are in 2020. But the reality is these things are still happening all the time, every day.
It's the rebirth of a relegated caste system that never truly went away. And I believe now is the time for us to continue to shed light on it, bring it to the forefront, and make people aware of what's happening, what's going on.
It's an explanation of how we arrived in the situation we're in today. That is, that this didn't just happen overnight, that we have the system we have, that there are a lot of steps that took place over the last couple hundred years to bring us to where we are today.
Force them to know what's going on, force them to understand what it's about, and that we're not having it anymore. And I think one of the ways that we successfully and efficiently do that is through these projects like what we're doing right now.
The inspiration for creating this series came from when I did work as a conservative news reporter myself. I had to write a lot of the articles that we see featured in this series, talking about my people a certain way, just buzzworthy words that you can hashtag. They were all part of the media outlet's business. So after working there for almost 3 years, it really wore me down. I had a friend who is another TV show creator, and he had given me this book by Michelle Alexander. He said something so poignant when he gave me the book. He said, it's like once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now this was a white man who said this to me, so that was even more powerful, because hearing him say that made me realize what my task was going to be. I needed people to be able to see it. It's one thing to read about it, it's one thing to read articles and headlines about it, but something about seeing it and being immersed in the story of it, seeing the humanity behind it, that is why I created this series. So from my background and knowing how it works in the media to actually reading the book and seeing how systematic it actually is, I thought the best thing I could do with my talent is to merge those two things and bring it together so that people can see it, so they can't unsee it.
More aware now of just how those injustices are enacted throughout our judicial system. So I'm very happy to be a part of this project, and I'm happy to know that everybody here is also trying to expose those injustices.
Everyone was able to kind of dive in and just say, you know what? Mike Brown could have been my brother. Sandra Bland could have been my sister, my mother, my cousin. Trayvon Martin could have easily been my best friend. And recently, Ahmaud Arbery could have simply been our very nice neighbor. It doesn't matter if we personally know, we're still humans, and they look like us, they reflect like us, they do the same nature of things that we do. To be taken down without the fact of considering their human life, I think we all can connect with this.
To understand the new Jim Crow, you have to understand the old Jim Crow. That was a system in place to legally segregate minorities, and mass incarceration is the next wave of that. When you see what's actually happening inside of the prisons, you understand that all of this is just meant to legalize segregation, and it affects mainly black men. And then when we come from black men, then we come down to black women. We come down from that to other ethnic groups. It's still about this segregation of people based on something that is not inherently true. So our Constitution was built on a certain premise, and we were not supposed to take part in that promise. So with the new Jim Crow, it's just letting you know that things haven't really changed all that much. And now there's just laws in place that make it a little bit smarter and a little bit sneakier in order to get away with taking liberties away from people that the elites don't believe should have them.
You can feel the emotion if this were real life, you know, and it's hard. It's hard to go through that and know that this really happens for people every day. So I'm glad to be a part of a production where we can hopefully help bring to light some injustice that's happening. Hopefully, you know, make a positive impact by showing people what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
The set has been great. Everyone's giving up their time. They're very passionate about this project. It's a very activist-driven project and an important piece, and everyone's enjoying each other's company while making this thing.
I'm working in all of the power that I have, all of the authority that I have, to make sure that as I work in this creative realm, I am doing the work to protect against anything and anyone connected to me, so they can know that I am aware of the system and I will not go down silently.
Is that if I'm making the like just a male environment, this doesn't. I mean, it looks like it, but there is no sense, no type of just wide, non-locked door, or it looks like it's just a swinging door. Anyone can come through it.
Even if you, not just come through it, but the vault.
The vault is.
We used to do it.
Oh.
It's got this big ass, door. Those things on it. Then it's got this, which I think is a fire. And then it's got a cage on the inside that locks. Well,
The way the window is.
Yeah, lights here. Play with the spotlight effect.
Just have like Isaac sitting down, just in it, like he's in a cell, and just have that cut to in the trailer.
We want to use this bar.
Yeah, we wanted to feel like there's only one.
This is great. Right? Yeah, I know, but we're loving this blue that's coming in right now.
We want it in this
Oh, really?
movie where
He's in his own prison.
Yeah,
his own cell.
so think of like.
And it's a tight
solid
shot. You know,
environment.
he's here, and he's just sidling up against the wall, just kind of thinking about it and having his emotion.
This is extra coverage for him.
we would have to angle it, but we'd be very limited to
It's
the angle.
literally like, what if you're long on this?
We could take doors off. I don't know.
And then you just, maybe see her kind of a zillion years old, and then come through. Do you get a lot of it?
You don't get, if I'm long and I'm real tight.
Yeah.
So when you go on the balcony, you're like super happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna poop in I mean, it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Just, you will see a little purple. I don't mind seeing a little purple on the wall, as long as I don't see like.
We know in jail now, purple. we swinging it with this.
I mean,
board.
what?
Right.
That won't work. I
Those are
mean,
better
what
stalls.
could be done? I don't know. If we did have like, if we can kind of like flag or backdrop paper just right here.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, we could, or we could just cut right to.
That's what I'm saying, right as she's entering, so you don't really see.
I'm just trying to see.
So what if instead, if the sequence just kind of looked like we get
Her starting waiting?
Yeah, like a really wide shot where it looks like there's somebody else in the room, and then we come out and we see this.
Just wide with some extras.
Because I'm also thinking about
I
during
understand.
that.
So like maybe like it's wide. If you want to show that that's where they entered, it can be wide, establishing you here, and then when we do get close in, if we want to have an extra come out of that door, you will only see.
Yeah.
But you'll know that.
Yeah.
You'll assume that's
Put
where.
like a visitation room or some visitation waiting room sign on here.
Yeah.
So we'll have to figure out where we're putting those photos. Don't want to hang anything on their walls, but if there's some way we can set it up, because the shot needs to be really slow across those photos. Alright, so we definitely like the bedroom, correct? Yes. Let's go back in and let's double check the space for the moms, the unprivileged kid. I think it's that hallway.
Yeah.
All the same color schemes here. If you just move this divider right here behind her, and that's all your back.
Actually, if we just shoot forward in this room, basically from here and here, basically all we see is kitchen, living room, and just kind of like this window for current day Kandi, then it wouldn't matter for this part, whichever part.
All the places actually look.
Everybody here is a lot of fun to work with.
I'd say that that's probably the most important part of the experience today is just knowing that in a situation like this, we could step away from the reality, right?
Right,
And we can
absolutely.
make it something that we can step in and out of and know that we don't, at the end of the day, we can still be friends, we can still be
Right.
business associates, because something like this is extremely emotional. It is extremely intense. And as someone who was forcibly thrown to the ground and beat on by a coworker, it's important to kind of check into that and make sure everybody's okay and check in out of that. And unfortunately, for so many people, they don't get that check in, check out. It's real life.
My experience on set has been wonderful. Everybody is great. Everybody's professional. I love the energy on set. That's the most important thing. The energy, everybody's willing to help and just pitch in and give their all. So I'm very grateful to be a part of this. Thank you for having me. And let's make history.
You know you're wrong for that though, sis. I mean, you're just out there helping perpetuate the stereotype.
Yeah, what about you? You doing the same damn thing. Black male, late 20s, convicted felon. If that's not a stereotype, then I don't know what is.
And I say boo, and then I grab her, spin her around, I knee her in the back, she drops to her knee, hands on the head, okay? And as I start to cuff her, I've got Zuri and Mike come in. I'm gonna take her off screen, okay? And Zuri's gonna pass the child behind her and step in to protect her. At that point, she gets the baton to the face. Mike gets the baton to the face, catch the second one, boom. Yep. There you go. Yep. You guys keep struggling back. Zuri and Mike keep struggling back.
just wanted to offer encouragement to all of you. You're young, you don't know where God is going to take you in your life. I never dreamed I would achieve some of the things that I have achieved. My son never dreamed he would achieve some of the things he achieved. There are many, many stars out there for you to grab a hold of. Keep working hard. Don't let no one turn you around. Keep venturing out on that limb. You have to take some risks in life to get to where you want to go. Otherwise, it isn't worth having. So my words of encouragement to you, I will pray for you tonight and continue to pray for you. And I'm just so happy that we at least had a chance to be a part of this. You were a wonderful group to work with. Everyone seemed to be toting their own weight and helping out. No one is saying you do this, you do that. You know, it's a teamwork that I observed today. And teamwork will take you a long ways. No man is an island. No man is an island. And my mother always said to me, life without friends is like a garden without flowers. Don't forget that. God bless you all. So glad you came to our facility to do your shoot. And I hope great success for you in the future. Thank you very much. Keep on plugging.
There's 2A, take one, Mark.
These are the majority rules. And this is only the beginning. These are the majority rules. And this is only the beginning.
It's a wrap. We did it. One more.
My favorite part was the camaraderie. Everybody on this set worked so well together. The team was absolutely amazing. I knew on day 3 when we were finishing up, I didn't want, like, these people had become family so quickly, and I didn't really want to say goodbye yet. This is the team you want on this show. This is a group of young individuals who are extremely talented, who just know what they're looking for, and they don't bring anything but their talent to set. There were no egos from the actors, from background artists, from every person on set. And I think my favorite part of directing it, it was that. It was the family that we had become. These are the majority rules. And this is only the beginning. And this is only the beginning.
Cut. Alright, so now we gotta do what? It's a wrap. We did it. I'm sleepy.
You guys are all amazing. Thank you for bringing this to life, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause.